It was a good performance by Latrobe. Inaccuracy, probably the only disappointing part of the performance, but a good hit out for them heading into finals, no doubt about it.
And they will be taking on next weekend the Devonport Magpies, who have finished in fourth position after winning today's fixture against the Circular Head Saints. The other match, we saw the Penguin 2 Blues away from home against the Ulverston Robins at the Robins Nest, and they finished 14 points advanced of the Ulverston Robins, and they will make their way to a bye or a break leading into the final series and top of the table. So that means that next weekend the Ulverston Robins will be hosting the Wynyard Cats in the third fixture in the first week of our finals series. And we look forward to what the final series, brought to us by Terry White Kenmart, will bring in season 2026. On behalf of Jacob and myself, Jasper the cameraman, and Ash down in the bunker, a big thank you for joining us for the final round 17 fixture of the Terry White Kenmart Women's NWFL season, where the Burnie Dockers hosted the Latrobe Demons. And unfortunately, the Dockers went down by 86 points. Next up, if you're able to join us, we've got a lively fixture where it'll be not the Burnie Dockers, but the Burnie Tigers taking on the Latrobe Demons. We'll be back. We hope you can join us very shortly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the final round of the NWFL season, and we're underway here between Burnie and Latrobe. Beautiful day here at West Park as Emmett French does some really good work to kick it inside 50, and Liam O'Halloran takes some mark.
Oh! There's a bit going on there. Is that Woodcock? Gee. A little bit after he got rid of the football there on French.
It was Jack O'Halloran who took the mark. I think I said Liam. He had a good start to the game against Ulverston a couple of weeks ago in the first quarter, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't quite capitalise on that. Jacob Bevis with you, and joined by Xavier for this big game. There's a lot riding on it. Latrobe need to win to give themselves a chance of staying in third.
They certainly do. We'll elaborate on that as the game goes on. The kick goes up towards centre wing. Elphinston tries to get back. There's getting a tap in there. Walker, Kieran. They feed it out. It goes wide. Ponting being the target. He follows up with a tackle. And then Stratton gets hold of it. Kicks it across his body. Unfortunately, it's not what he intended. It goes out of bounds on the full. He's wearing the number 30 today. Here's Jacob Stratton. And they're in the Tigers colours. Jacob, can you explain why we're in our Tigers colours today? The Burnie, not why we, but why the Burnie Dockers are wearing the old Burnie Tigers colours.
Yeah, well, they've got the 1966 Premiership team here celebrating the reunion, and have also got a few other Burnie Tigers teams that they're celebrating as well, and that's led to the old yellow and black coming out of retirement.
And you can see and read all about that today on the front page of today's Advocate, written by none other than Jacob Bevis. French tried to get hold of the football. The Demons have got it though. Rushton to Ponting. Ponting goes short. Yeah, finds Freshney, gives it back to Rushton. He goes across the body, not the best of kicks. So it allows the Dockers. There goes Jenkins, gets his handball out to the Wolverine and Logan Elphinston. He goes wide to Smith. Smith finds, is that Rattray? I think it might have been, to French. French's kick's a poor one. And the Demons in the last line of defence take the football through Jeffrey.
So Jeffrey working it out wide there. It is Shiro who's in possession. He kicks it out wide. Smith nearly took the mark. Jeffrey had it, lost it. Here's Eli French now to O'Halloran of the Liam variety. Here's Walters now squaring a kick up inside 50. No mark taken. Wes Redmond was there in the team today. Ball bobbling around, and it's been held up.
Back after a foot complaint. Where's Redmond?
Yeah.
So he's had a foot injury. Elphinston doesn't win the tap. Lee does this time. It's going to be a classic ruck contest today. The mobility of both the big men. The strength of Lee versus the skill of Elphinston. Doing his utmost there was Nicky Walters, showing everyone. Good mark, going back with the flight of the football. That's O'Halloran Shark. Kicks further forward. Is that Smith?
Oh, I think it's... Is that the other O'Halloran? I think it is.
It is the other O'Halloran. So Shark to Liam. And good mark. He's got three boys wearing the long sleeves today in the yellow and black. So Jacob Stratton, Dill Smith and Liam O'Halloran. So O'Halloran gets a second opportunity here to split the middle. Let's see what he can do. He's kicking to the eastern end of the ground. He certainly has. They're pretty happy with it. And you can see the old players that are sitting down there at the point. They're pretty happy and buoyant with what they just saw by the Burnie Dockers in the former Burnie Tigers colours. So Liam O'Halloran has his first. I think, was that Liam?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Yep. And so he gets his first for the day.
His brother with the assist. They combined really well a couple of weeks ago against Ulverston in the first quarter. I think they had about 4 or 5 goals between them. I don't think that's accurate, but it's something along those lines.
So the ball comes back to the centre of the ground. Lee versus Elphinston. Lee just gets the tap. Smith roves, kicks the ball, end over end, inside forward 50. Who's going to get there first? Demons dive on top of the football. It's going nowhere, I'm sure. Oh, no, it comes out of the contest, and then they dive on top of him For the second time round, the umpire says, I'll have it. But we're 20 metres out, directly in front, kicking to the eastern end of the ground. Burnie Dockers, forward 50.
Thrown back up.
Oh, good tackle.
Now, stripped there was one of the Penningtons, I think it was.
Good decision by the umpire there.
And it's going to be a free kick going the way of Shearer. So a good tackle there by Shearer.
He's a hard nut for the Demons.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not hard to miss either with the tattoo sleeves. Goes towards the back pocket where Jeffrey takes the mark. Ponting's calling for it short. Instead he goes towards Woodcock, but that is a good interceptive mark there by Emick French. He's having a very good season. Now he kicks it inside 50. It's a low darting kick. It misses the intended target there of Wes Redmond. Beats Liam O'Halloran to the boundary line, and we're going to get a throw in deep inside Burnie's forward 50. You're going to have to try not to call them the Dockers this afternoon. That's going to be a bit tricky.
So the Tigers starting in a blaze of glory today. The real roar. Emick French, you talk about the Darryl Baldock medal. You mentioned how Ellie Polk and Emma Pittman will go in the women's side of things. I reckon Emick French will be right up there for the Burnie Dockers / Tigers here this afternoon. His start, it comes inside forward 50 through just measuring the ball forward. The Demons, that kick was by Triffett. It's taken by the Tigers across the boundary line, and we're going to get a boundary throw in. It's 1-1-7 plays yet to score. Advantage to the Burnie Tigers at the 6.5 minute mark of the first term. Boundary thrown will be the result. One of the Triffett boys is coming off now. It's been replaced there by Ethan Flack. Boundary thrown. Glorious day here at West Park. Elphingston in front. Then in the back, Freshney has the size advantage over him. He says the umpire will do it all again.
He was good last week, Freshney. 8 goals against Circular Head. I think it was 8 goals. Yeah. Leading the Demons goal kicking. So they work it through hands. Here, Latrobe. Now the kick towards the top of the goal square favours the Dockers, and it's Hope who takes the mark. One of the many young guns in this Tigers team. There's Patterson kicking it out wide. Jark O'Halloran did well, was able to put a fist in and restrict Shearer marking the footy, and now the ball has been locked up there in the hands of Watling. He's been tackled. We're going to get a ball up very close to us.
So ball up right in front of the interchange. Lee gets it down, taken away there by Watling. Watling's kick end over end. Stopped there by the Tigers. Pushed in the back. Kieran Walker's going to receive the free kick. So it was incorrect disposal against Burnie Tigers. That might be one of the Pennington boys. And Kieran Walker, sharpshooter, young player, represented the NWFL, the under-19 fixture against the NTFA, and was up and about early in that fixture. And he's going to be a long-time senior player for the Latrobe Demons. Usually pretty good. Comes off the boot. This is no exception, and he's happy with his work. So the number 43, Kieran Walker, gets the first for the Demons. And it's a point the difference. 1-1-7, the Burnie Tigers. And their old Fettle against the Latrobe Demons at West Park, one straight. So it's a 1 point margin. Goal kickers O'Halloran and Walker. Strategy, bit of tactics with regards to both the O'Halloran boys playing across the forward half this week. So they have the opportunity in order to be able to fiddle around and see what they can do. Interesting to see whether he continues to stick with that is Andrew Lee.
Even contest in the ruck there between Elphingston and Lee. That will be a good battle this afternoon. The two prominent ruckmans in the competition. So Elphingston, it was Warren who got the kick to centre half back, but Ganinen was in the way. Kicks it short to Jalen Bryan, and then he goes short to Emick French. Continues out wide to Lewis Rattray. 50, given away there by Warren.
Yeah, that was just undisciplined. You know, the umpires are hot on that kind of thing. So
yeah, absolutely. You can't afford to do that, that is for sure. So
right in broad daylight too. I don't quite understand it. Ponting's arguing the case.
So what's Lewis Rattray going to do here? It looks like he's going to try his luck with the shot. He's kicking from just inside 50. Well, it had the distance, but the accuracy was a no. So, misses to the left. And the Dockers add another behind to their score. It's a 2-point margin early days in this one.
So, drawing the football was Rattray. Kick out by Ritter. Finds his intended target. It's the tattoo sleeve of Will Shearer. The hard nut of the Latrobe Demons goes Cade Monday wing. Stretton gets up, unable to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. He follows back up, dives on top of it, drags the ball in. Umpire says you've got to get rid of it. On top of him is Rushton, and then the umpire says I'll have it. Cross half forward, Cade Monday side of the wing. Forward half for the Burnie Tigers. Elphingston versus Lee. Ball comes down. They nullify each other. It's in the hands of JB. Jalen Bryan across the boundary line. He's being tackled. We'll have another boundary throw in.
Elphingston and Lee in the ruck. Nice high throw in there by the boundary umpire. Lee got to it first, tapped it down to Ritter. Lost it straight away as soon as he got it. Bryan goes inside.
Whoa,
50 G bodies flew left, right and centre there. Now here's a chance. It's a goal. And it was one of the Pennington boys, Jed Pennington, who puts it through. So they got the first two of the first three here, the Tigers.
So you'll see on our screen it's the Tigers versus the Demons, the LOV red. Multiple interchanges coming through at the moment. Just going to go back to the replay and just see. I thought there might have been a free kick to the full back for the Latrobe Demons with that. Just going on, having a look at the replay. You keep an eye on proceedings there, Jacob, as the ball comes in. Oh, yeah, he definitely got pushed out by O'Halloran. The Latrobe Demons full back. Umpire missed it. Ball's in the middle of the ground at the moment. Who's got it? Lee feeds it out by hands. Trying to be taken away by Bissett. He's unable to do so. Away go the Tigers. In the hands of McInnes. McInnes shares it there with French. Emig variety. Good kick. Lands in the hands of O'Halloran. And that would be big Jacques. So Jacques, the Shark, what's he going to do here? He's providing a good target for the Tigers up front. He's a bit unsure. Now he's going to have a deliberate set shot on goal. Bad looking kick. That's a great kick. Right on the line. Big fist by the ruckman in Lee. And it goes through for a rush behind. But it's a good looking kick there by Jacques.
Yeah, he's showing some presence, isn't he? Probably playing a bit more forward in the absence of De Montfort and Dowling, and Kenny's not out there today either.
So a bit of a restructure for the Tigers.
So Woodcock has it at centre half back. He goes short to the lead of Jeffrey. And then Jeffrey even wider, but didn't find the intended target there. And Giganninen's been really good playing his role in recent weeks, and he forces it out of play for a boundary throw-in on the Cade Monday wing.
I reckon that might be Sandy's work, that tactical manoeuvre. Not sure Chalky Gray would have come up with that one. So Scott Sandman, one of the assistant coaches to Binga Lee. Elphingston gets the tap down. Walters takes it away, feeds it out to Stretton in the long sleeves. Goes short, piercing kick. Copping one over the top of the head. Is that Pennington? Number 29. It is Jetty. And so Jed will receive the free kick across half forward. That kick, it's not a good one. And running underneath it was Cohen Jeffrey. Could have taken the mark. Woodcock gets it, hands it back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey releases by hand, gives it to Ponting under pressure. His handball doesn't hit the intended target. French back to McInnes. They feed it back to Bryan. Bryan goes back even further. That's to Walters. He does his work inside a phone booth to Jenkins across the body. That's a ripping goal by the Tigers. They're on fire. Demons are going to have to do something about the ball movement by the Burnie Tigers, and that's going to be their third. And they've got three single goal kickers, one to Pennington, one to O'Halloran, and now one to number 14, Tyson Jenkins.
Yeah, just need to be careful here, the Demons. They seem to be one of those teams this year that give away a start, especially against the better teams. I think they did just that the last time these two teams played earlier in the season.
Just a quick update around the grounds. Fixture at East Devonport. It's the Swans versus the Wynyard Cats at quarter time. It is the Cats 8-4-52. East Devonport 1 straight 6.
Gee, that was beautiful work there by the Demons. Ponting got it from Lee and then kicked it into the hands of Freshney, who's having a good season. He's kicked 38 goals, leading the goal kicking for Latrobe.
Talking about accumulators, Josh Ponting.
Yes.
We'll see him up in the Darrell Bulldog.
Yeah, I reckon he's one of the favourites, if not the favourite.
A bit like Ricky with the bat.
So Freshney, usually a good kick of the footy, but just couldn't quite get the accuracy there. It fades to the left for a minor score.
Yeah, just laid back on it a little bit. The opportunity. And I reckon he's within range. Maybe a bit further forward with his hips, his chest. Kick out by Stratton goes wide. No one able to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Burnie are able to get it further forward. Who's going to get there first? It's all the Demons. Oh, that's good movement. It's now in the hands of Jeffrey. They've improved with the way in which they move the football over the course of the 2026 season. It's smart use, going lateral and wide. Goes out to Blake Weeks. Weeks' kick way down the half forward. It's in the hands of Rushton. Rushton, short. Target, not hit. And looks like Ratro's taken the mark for the Burnie Tigers.
Ganinen in possession. And now Dwyer. Jacob Dwyer.
That's a good kick.
Elphingston all alone. Received it there from Jacob Dwyer. As Xavier said, lovely kick. And then he goes into the centre square. Walters playing on, just
he's going to have to move it quick.
Getting around his opponent there. And then Eli French has taken the mark on the outer side. Looks like it's working here for the Tigers. McInnes takes the mark, wastes no time. Not the best kick inside 50, and as a result, the Demons, they might come away with it here. Receiving the handball there was Woodcock. Out wide to a one-on-one. Here's Freshney receiving it from Kieran Walker, who did well in the contest, but Hope was the last defender there. And he takes the mark and passes it off to Stratton.
Stratton goes wide out the K Monday wing. There is JB, Jalen Bryan. Out towards Emig French. Rushton beats him to it, so does Ponting. Finds his target. It's short. Jack Webb. Webb further afield. It's now in the hands of Rushton. Not sure what to do. Gino kicks on his non-preferred. Mark not taken by Ganinen. Gives the Demons another chance. They feed it back out. It's now in the hands of Triffett. A kick. Not his intended result. Goes across the face for one behind. So it's 21, plays 8. In favour of the Burnie Tigers.
Eli French to take the kick out. Looking to the grandstand side. That's exactly where he goes. Contest forming here. It's been punched away by a pack of players. Walters now. Handballs it off to Zeke Pennington. Kicks it into the centre of the ground. McInnes might be the first one there. He doesn't collect it. Instead, he toe pokes it to space and then tries to get his own footy. Continuing to keep it in front of him is McInnes. Now, Jenkins, I think it is, involved. Towards the top of the goal square, Weeks. That is a good mark.
Yeah, courage.
Back with the flight.
Yep. And White Kenny down there doing the running. He's got his hand all wrapped up.
Kicks it short to Ponting, and now Woodcock from centre half back.
Out towards the wing position, grandstand side of the ground. Demons hold possession. That's a good looking kick. Freshly, no, not, it was McCross in the target, unable to take it. They're going to release here of the Tigers. Elphingston's under pressure. Trying to get his fist on the football there was Pennington, Zeke variety. And then Taj touches as it goes across the boundary line. And what's the umpire say? They're going to get, is it a boundary throw in or a free kick?
I think the boundary umpire might have signalled for a last disposal free kick, but looks like they're going to have a chat about it.
So it's a boundary throw in. They weren't exactly sure. I think that might be the best result, in particular for the Burnie Tigers. So the boundary throwing will now be undertaken. So Elphingston v Lee. Lee wins that one. Rushton, intercepted by McGuinness. A kick to the advantage of Jenkins. He's got some time and space here. He kicks it further to space, takes territory. O'Halloran overruns the football. Who's going to get back there first? Oh, that's round the neck, surely. A free kick. Trying to wrap him up. So Will Shearer's the one that's given away. Free kick. And that is Ryan Cahill. So he's on the right side for a left footer. Burnie Tigers forward product. Local boy. Father Jonathan Cahill. Upper Burnie News Agency. I used to run that over the years. In fact, that was the Cahill Institution for a long period of time. Taj Hope just got Sandman. He's got some problems with his ribs. He comes in on his left. The kick. Oh, he's put it across the face. I think he got too close to the man on the mark with that kick. And it goes through for a minor score. So another opportunity going begging for the Burnie Tigers.
Ritter goes short to Woodcock. Back pocket for the Demons. Bit unsure where to go. And in the end, he goes into the corridor, and it was a good decision. Weeks takes the mark and starts a chain of handballs. Ritter with the kick inside 50. Good mark. Brilliant mark there by Braden Scott.
Grandson of the great Darryl Baldock. Should capitalise here, they need to.
Yep, they need a goal to keep themselves in touch. It's not a big margin by any means. And he misses it to the left. The right, I should say. So a minor score. So chance gone begging there for the Demons.
1-3. Plays 3-4. So they go wide. At Monday side of the wing. In front of where the wet area used to be. On the hill. And the Tigers used to play way back when. Oh, and there's a free kick being given away. And Rattray is the recipient of that free kick. Goes short. Finds the intended target in Jacob Stretton. Wearing the number 30 today. He's been wearing 45. Wes Redmond back in the side. Plays on. And it switches play. Over to Patterson. So Patterson wide. Oh, good mark! Oh, not paid. Maybe dropped it on the second attempt. That was Pennington. Got up, follows up with the tackle. They lose possession. McCrossan goes forward. Oh! Almost taking an absolute beauty there was Will Gunninan. Doesn't give away the free kick. McInnes mops up and they transfer to the far side of the ground on Cade Monday wing. This is great football by the Tigers. And in the hands of Elphingston. Goes wide, finds JB. Jalen Bryan shares it with the running Tiger companion in Rattray. Goes inside forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Demons under pressure. Well, that kicks back into the centre of the goal face. Follow-up tackle by Stratton.
Oh, dump.
It's deemed to be a dumping tackle. Weeks is not happy with the treatment that was given on Warren, and he goes wide and kicks it out to Rushton.
So Rushton trying to work a kick to Freshney. Little push there by Gunninan. He then went and got the footy. He's doing well to get through traffic and then kicks it short to Stretton. So Tigers back in possession. Stretton with a kick inside 50 towards a contest. Dylan Smith nearly took the mark but was unsuccessful. Here's Shearer. Did well. Shearer handballed it off to Woodcock. Big kick towards the 50. Bouncing ball. And the Tigers deal with it well.
So Rattray to McInnes. McInnes by foot goes wide. Looking for him, finding JB. Jalen Bryan kicks the ball further afield. Target there. Having the ball punched away from him was Jed Pennington. And it goes across the boundary line right in front of the Cade Monday wing sign. That's highway side of the ground. Kicking to the left of screen of the Tigers. To the right of screen of the Demons. We've played almost 25 minutes into the first term. It's 13 points to margin in favour of the Tigers. Back in the retro kit. And I must say they look splendid. Bryan gets it from Elphingston. His kick though has been smothered. Ponting's got it. dribbles. That's smart. Out in front of Woodcock. Woodcock gets his kick away and hits the target in Freshney centre wing position.
So Freshney into the corridor he goes to Warren, launching it towards the goal square. Gee, that kick has a bit of purchase on it. But it's gone through for a behind. And McInnes will be the one to take the kick out for the Tigers. He goes short there to Lewis Rattray. And then kicking it towards Jark O'Halloran. It was almost going to be Warren, but it was a good intercept. Now McCrossan handballs it to Ritter, and he turns it over there, back pocket for the Tigers. Lewis Rattray again in possession.
Yeah, good pressure there by Redmond and Ritter. And therefore Rattray had the opportunity to take the mark. Ball punch from this contest after the long kick by Rattray. No one able to take it cleanly. Knocking it out this time was O'Halloran. Feeds it unfortunately back to Ponting and gives it to Warren. Warren's damaging usually with his use of the football, not on this occasion. Hits the target, and that being Jay Bryan. Bryan out wide finds Eli French. Eli, not sure what he's going to do with the football. Shares it there with Patterson. So Mackay comes inboard and finds his intended target in Pennington. Jed Pennington standing up in that forward line so far. Kicks the ball long, high. Who's there? Elphingston being the target. Warren wins the football though, being front and centre. Kicks the ball long. He's hoping for a miracle here by McCrossan, or was that Freshney? Freshney can't do it. Comes out to French. French tries it, shares it with Patterson. I'll get there eventually. Ball comes wide. Bryan follows up with a tackle. Good one. Releases the football. There's Walters. He picks it up. McInnes is under a lot of pressure. He releases it too. Gives it back to Walters. Oh, deft work. Oh, he does his best work inside the phone box. Does Nick Walters. Tiger still in possession. Comes out to Bryan. They're going to feed it back. Ball in hand now to French.
So Eli French kicking it towards the top of the 50. Oh, nearly taking a really good mark was Ponting, but unsuccessful. Smith gets a kick away towards the pocket. Weeks did well to collect. He handballed it to space, then tried to get his own foot. He kept tapping it in front of him, and he's run out of room there. The ball goes out of play. Boundary throw in here at West Park. It's inside 50 for the Dockers. So this time it's Jark O'Halloran in the ruck with Alex Lee. Lee just grabbed it out of the ruck. So dominant there on that occasion. Wes Redmond got it from Smith just outside 50. Handballs it off to Kerrison inside 50. Almost intercepted there by Watling. They work it through hands. Ponting, Watling, and now Lee, is it? Who gets the... No, it's Weeks who gets the clearance. But the siren sounds for quarter time. Burnie have the lead in the early stages of this game. It's 3-4-22 to 1-4-10 at the first break.
And goal court kickers for the Burnie Tigers in their old colours. They're all singles. Tyson Jenkins, Jed Pennington and Liam O'Halloran kicked the first goal of the game. And for the Latrobe Demons, it's been the sharpshooter, the young gun up front, Kieran Walker. And in most games that I've seen him play this year, he's been lively up front and early in the fixtures for the Latrobe Demons. Notice that Josh Holland isn't out there today, but he's down there as part of the coaching fraternity, I think, along with Enright and company. So looking forward to seeing what they will be able to do at quarter time and see if they can rectify anything that's not working in accordance with what they were looking for the start of this particular fixture. But at the moment it's 12 points, the advantage to the Burnie Tigers, 3-4-22, playing Latrobe Demons 1-4-10. Better players for the Burnie Tigers, well, there's been plenty of those. Our Halloran boys up front have shown some great targets. I like the work of Jed Pennington. He's also got on the scoreboard. Tyson Jenkins been in and amongst it. And then across half-back we've seen McInnes, Bryan, Nicky Walters doing some terrific work along with Patterson. And in the midfield, the two French boys getting their hands on the football. Looking forward to seeing what we're going to get out of this particular, this great ruck contest between two of the better ruckman in the NWFL League have been Logan Elphingston and Alex Lee, who worked in tandem in representing NWFL earlier in the season. For the Latrobe Demons, some of the better players, Jacob Bevis.
Interesting one. Rushton's probably been thereabouts. Haven't minded Ritter at times in the game. Woodcock has definitely had his fair share of the footy across half-back. Shearer's been involved quite frequently, and probably got to give a shout-out to Weeks as well as the obvious Ponting and also Lee. But Weeks has done some good stuff in defence as the tall down there. So, at the moment, you'll probably give us the scores from around the grounds in just a moment, but assuming that Ulverston's beating Penguin at this stage, if Latrobe go on to lose this, that means Ulverston get that third spot on the ladder.
Well, right you say, Ulverston at the moment, they're up by 20 points, 4-8-32 a quarter time, leading Penguin at 2 straight. And the tight fixture, though, where do you think that might be? Is it here? Is it Circular Head? It's definitely not at East Devonport, where the Windy Cats are 13-8-86, East Devonport 2-1-13 at half-time. But it's between us and Circular Head, and it's 7 points to margin. You wouldn't believe it. It's Devonport leads only by 7 points at quarter time, 3-4-22 the Saints, taking right up to our ladder leaders, who are 4-5-29, the Magpies down at Circular Head. So
that's a surprise. I wonder how long they can stick for them, though. That's going to be the question, because I think they were sort of competitive early against Latrobe last week before they went on to win by 100 plus points. But last home game of the season for the Saints, nothing to lose, and they'd be hoping to finish strong. And it'll be a big watch to see how many Freeman kick, because he's battling it out with Weller for the what they call in the AFL the Coleman Medal.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Big Jono Freeman. Is this going to be his last game for the Circular Saints?
They would hope not.
No,
I think they need him next year.
Absolutely.
They need to keep the group together they've got a great junior program, so they'll be hoping to get some
continuity with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Over the course of the next couple of years in particular. Well, we're going to take a quick break from West Park. It's the Burnie Tigers and their retrofitted Tiger outfit against the Latrobe Demons. And it's 12 points to margin in favour of the Tigers. We're back for the second quarter. Join us on AFL Tas live stream very shortly.
Second quarter about to get underway here at West Park, where the Dockers have a 12-point lead heading into this second term. In the last round of the NWFL season before 4 great weeks of finals, we're back underway. Lee and Elphingston in the ruck. Elphingston tried to grabbed the footy. Emic French was the one that handballed it to Dylan Smith.
That's a good kick.
Out wide. It just was a bit too heavy there for Jed Pennington. Weeks now handballing it off to Ponting, to Ritter, one of the young guns in the team. It's been turned over though to Stretton. Lost his footing at a crucial moment. Was able to get it out to Kerrison, and now the Tigers have the boundary line to contend with. Jacob Dwyer seeing it over for a boundary throw-in. Very close to where we are.
So, Lee v Elphingston, right in front of the broadcast area. No one getting good purchase on it. Smith following up, gives it to French, runs into him, then gives it to Kerrison, who runs into trouble. Picked up again by Smith. Geez, he's smart. Look at that. He put it in the path of Stretton. Stretton's kick to the advantage over Heller, and that's a great mark. What use of his body. And Cohen Jeffrey frustrated. There's not much he could do there. That was excellent use of the body there by O'Halloran. So Jacques can get himself on the scoreboard with a major here, and that'll be a great start for the Burnie Tigers in this second quarter. Certainly does. So 1-1 to Jacques O'Halloran. They go to 4-4. 28. 3 goals in arrears. The Latrobe Demons 1-4-10. And we have played, I think, about 2.5 minutes into the second term. So a good start there for the Tigers. And I like the strategy that's been employed by Andrew Lee, taking the idea of Scott Idea's handman with regards to the O'Halloran boys up front, considering they've lost some of the personnel in Kenny and also Dowling. And I like what they're doing across halfback too without the services of Josh Murray.
Yes, that's a big out for them today, but it's they're holding up, which is good for them. So Elphingston tries to hit it out towards Emic French. Didn't quite reach him. Here's Rushton sending a kick inside 50.
Mark?
No mark.
Ooh, controversy.
Interesting. It was McCrossan who, it looked like a mark from here, but
I'll get back to you on that in a minute.
We're a little bit far from the action compared to the umpire, that's for sure, as the Tigers work it through hands. Here's Smith breaking a tackle. Now Stretton involved. He's been good.
Ooh, that was a mark.
Jed Pennington inside 50. Oh, almost cut off there by Nathaniel Trifford.
He'll get the free kick, won't he?
Now they're appealing for a free kick, or is it play on advantage? One of the two. Ooh. In hard there was a Demon.
How would that have been play on advantage? That's interesting, isn't it? I thought Trifford, that was surely Trifford's free kick, wasn't it? Been dudded there a couple of times, I think.
Ball peeing around inside 50 for the Tigers. Here's Jed Pennington. Can he get his second? He's being tackled there by Ritter.
Off the ground.
Oh, toe poked. Was that Cahill? I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was Ryan.
It was Ryan Cahill who was able to pop it through. And they're out to a 3-goal lead early stages of this second term are the Tigers in front of the 66 Premiership team.
I know you get rubber the green every now and again. You've got to create your own luck. There's a couple of decisions there, I think. Again, they're all very subjective, but I think they possibly, or definitely could have gone the way of the Latrobe Demons, but capitalising on his opportunity. Just a little forward from far northwest in Burnie, Ryan Cahill. So ball back into the middle. Lee wins the tap. Elphingston takes it off him. Then in 360 motion, gets his handball away. Smith tries to get hold of his, or Stratton, I should say. Ball off the ground this time by Smith. Is it going to find the sanctuary of the boundary line? Yes, it will. And so it'll be a lasso free kick. It's going to go in the hands of Jack Ritter.
Jack Ritter back in the team in recent weeks. He is looking to switch it all the way to Jeffrey. He was able to take an uncontested mark and then tried to kick it towards Shearer, but it fell over the top. Here's Perry now. His handball inboard was turned over, but they're able to keep possession here. The Demons, well done there by Woodcock, was able to shrug his opponent off and kick it towards the contest. Comes off hands, falls to Emic French. He's under enormous pressure. And that was a really good tackle there. I think it's McCrossan out on the outer side wing.
Yeah, so the veteran's got the football. So he goes short. Finds his target, that being Jack Triffett. Uses his trusty left. Goes short again. Not the best of kicks. Surely that's a free kick in the back there given away by Freshney. Smith like that, and Rattray will receive it. Encouraged by the young man. Goes back to O'Halloran. Deep in defence, over to McInnes. And Hare works with that jumper, there's no doubt about that. No, Finn. Gold that in today. Ball goes across the boundary line. Good tackle being applied there by Tommy Donald. And that being on Ross Kerrison over boundary thrown right in front of the broadcast area. And Wyatt Kenny looking resplendent in the pink there, Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, the Burnie staff here below us are barking instructions at the moment. Dockers have secured second spot, so it's a bit of a tune-up before finals for them. Latrobe need to win to give themselves a chance of finishing third spot. Perry's kick only as far as Emick French. Nice handball out wide to Dylan Smith.
He's got space
who
here.
Kicks it towards the goal
That's a
square.
goal, is it?
It's not going to bounce all the way, is it? No. It's been seen through for a behind there by Will Shearer.
It's one of the smartest players, if not the smartest player in the competition, Dylan Smith.
So 35 plays 10.
Kick in by Jeffrey. Goes wide. Almost intercepted there by the Dockers. Couldn't see. Putting his hand up there before. Just trying to... was a Demons player. Just trying to work out. Can't quite pick him up. I think it might have been Blake Weeks. Could even been Logan Bissett. In fact, it was Jack Webb. The ball comes in from the boundary throw-in. No one's able to take it away cleanly. Great tackle applied on Ponting by Jacob Stratton. And we're going to have a ball up half forward. Kicking to the right of screen for the Burnie Tigers. Oh, Lee's hurt himself in that ruck contest. Something's come off his hand. It's gone straight to the ground. He's looking at that thumb. He's not real happy with it. Again, Stratton. This time on Webb. Ball comes down from Elphingston. Down to Stratton. Jenkins. French. Back to Stratton. Oh, that's incorrect disposal umpire. It's not picked up. As French is wrapped up in a tackle. And we're going to get a ball up. Just outside the forward 50 Cade Monday side of the wing for the Burnie Tigers.
Lee taps it towards Ponting. Couldn't quite get a grip on it though. He's rushed and collecting it, trying to bustle his way through. He might be in trouble here, surely.
No, this is the umpire.
Wow. No, he's going to be held up. So no prior.
Yeah, well. Rub of the green is what I was talking about before, Jacob.
Smith has been held up there by Shearer.
Maybe they were owed one or two, I'd suggest. Especially that mark down in front of the goals there.
Oh, Stratton.
Good
Nice
tap.
stuff. Got it from the ruck contest. And one bounce through, but it was touched. He's been good, Jacob Stratton, since he's been in this team on a consistent basis. Now Jeffrey with the kick out.
Finds Ponting, the accumulator, like his namesake in cricket circles. Goes out to Weeks. And he shares that to Carter. Carter's kick's not a great one, holds up. Tigers now have an opportunity to win the football. Kylie Patterson tries to get it back in, knocked out of bounds. According to the umpire, we're going to have a boundary throw-in. Cade Monday, wing, side of the ground. Right of screen are the Burnie Tigers. And to your left on the radio dial, for those of you that are listening, the Latrobe Demons. Score at the moment, 26 points advantage to the Tigers, 36 plays 10. Emick French almost takes it from Elphingston. A lot of pressure being applied in these contests at the moment. Good tackle there by Redmond. And we'll have another ball up forward of centre for the Burnie Tigers.
Thrown up. Stripped of it there was Webb. Tigers trying to make something work here. Where's Redmond under enormous pressure, and now the Demons are away. Webb got it from Triffett. Jack Triffett that was. Kicked it towards a bunch of players there on the Cade Monday wing, and the ball has fizzled out of play after all that. So a boundary throw in. Lee and Elphingston to do battle in the ruck once again. Neither of them hit the footy there on that occasion. Ponting got a handball away, and then he got it back there from Flack. Now the kick down the ground.
Oh, should have taken that.
Almost marked there by Lewis Rattray, I think it was, and the ball's been locked up just outside the centre square.
Yeah, Gidinen didn't quite get good enough purchase on the football. That's not a great ball up. Smith takes it away though. It's handball, somewhat intercepted. It's taken there by Rattray. Kick towards French, doesn't hit the intended target. That was Emig to Eli, and Eli loses it. They lose the possession. Now it's on Rushton, advantage given to the Demons. McCrossan gives it to Ponting, under pressure from Smith. Finds his intended target. Freshney up front, too strong for Gidinen. He's going to have a shot directly in front, 25 metres out, kicking to the east. So, last 5 minutes or so has been good by the Demons. Haven't allowed the Dockers to extend the lead. They just seem to keep nullifying. Lee versus Elphingston's been a great battle. Oh, that's a poor execution of goal kicking there by Jack Freshney. And it goes through for his second behind. Two doozies really, Jacob.
Yeah, he's had a couple of chances, hasn't he? Hasn't been able to convert. Although the Demons might be able to go back inside 50 here through Woodcock. Oh no, that's been punched away. It's in a dangerous spot. And it's been killed there by the Tigers. Kieran Walker got a fist to it, but the Tigers have been able to deal with it accordingly. So
Patterson brings the ball back in. No mark. Over the back is French. He's bumped out of play. We'll get a boundary throw in. Grandstand side of the ground, right in front of the canteen, Prime Accounting Canteen.
Good canteen too.
Yeah,
it's got some good tucker in there.
Yeah, Jasper went down there before. He looks very well nourished. That's our cameraman, ladies and gentlemen. Doing some superb work. Hope you're enjoying the AFL Tas live stream here from West Park. Lee down to Ponting, loses possession. Jenkins picks it up, throws it on the boot. Will it find the sanctuary of the boundary line? Well, Jeffrey does. At the same time, gives the big don't argue to Wes Redmond. The size difference between the two boys, and they're about the same age.
Absolutely. So boundary throw in.
Fiery redhead too.
Yep.
Versus a, I don't know, a little bit of a top deck there by Wesley.
Elphingston beats Lee in the ruck on that occasion. Stretton had a handle on it, just couldn't quite hang on to it, but he's going to get it back, or is it?
No, it was a free kick. It was a cross. He copped one from the hard nut, the sleeved one. That's the shearer.
So Stretton with the free kick. He's
within range too.
Been superb this season, especially in recent weeks. So
could definitely go on and play at a higher level, this young man.
For sure. Maybe one that the Devils are keeping an eye on in the VFL perhaps. So Stretton is kicking from outside 50 here. Runs his arc and slots it superbly, and judging by the celebration, he loved it too. That was as good of a kick as you'll see today, probably.
Yep. SANFL, waffle. Even the VFL beckon for that young man. Depending on what Tasmania or AFL teams do regarding their options at the end of this year. So he's available. He's registered. So let's see what he chooses to do with his pathway in season 2027 and beyond. Might even be back here. Elphingston. Oh, Jeffrey! Outstanding, out of the ruck. Throws it on the boot, inside forward 50. Ricochets off the Burnie Tigers defence. Comes back into the centre. Lockie Warren. His kick. He's intercepted there. Across half back by the Burnie Tigers. Kick out wide in front of our commentary box. Good tackle being applied by Braden Scott. And young Pennington, and have the ball up right in front of the commentary position. That was amazing by Kane Jeffrey.
Absolutely. And now he's in the ruck with Elphingston. So, Emick French handballs it off to Stretton. And then Stretton down the ground towards a contest. It comes off hands, falls out the back. Ritter doing very well. Got the handball away. It went through the The legs there are
There's
flat.
a bit going on here too. I'll keep an eye on that.
All right, and in the meantime, Tigers have a bit of a chance here because, Smith had it, lost it, and now the Demons, well, they'll want to get up and focus on the play here because the Demons are trying to get it forward by the looks of it. Ponting kicks it into the hands of Carter and then into the centre square to Watling. Running on by and receiving it was Shearer. He goes inside 50 towards Warren. Couldn't quite mark. Hope did well to get in the way. And now a chance for the Demons. Oh, gee, that's a good kick.
One behind.
Couldn't quite see who that was, but it goes through for a behind.
Walker.
Walker it was, the youngster.
There's a bit going on here on the centre wing position. McGuinness, Bryan, Warren and company. Kinninan came back through, helped out. It's now in the hands of JB in front of Ponting. Something untoward must have happened. Afraid a few of the Tigers, as well as the Demons, who got involved. They switch play to the Tigers. They're out on the far side now. Ball's in the hands of Stratton. Cade Monday wing. Kick towards O'Halloran. Free kick not given. There's Jenkins over the back. He steps around, kicks towards the top of the goal square. Is that a mark? No, it's rushed through. And that rush through is done by the vice-captain and Mitchell Perry. So it's a second rush behind for the Burnie Tigers in the second term.
That's a good kick to Ritter at half-back. Half-back flank, and then he kicks it short to Woodcock.
He was also involved in that fracas.
Former Magpie, of course. Goes short to Ponting, who does mark it. Now, Rushton's calling for it, but Ponting ignores him for the moment. He's looking in all sorts of directions. Now he goes towards Rushton, but that's a good intercept there by Jalen Bryan, playing his role so well there. And sees it over for a boundary throw-in. We've just clocked over 17 minutes in this round 16 encounter.
30 points the margin. 43 plays 13 in favour of the Tigers. Putting on a display for 1960s Premiership reunion here at the Point at West Park today. Elphingston v Jeffrey. Elphingston wins the tap. Ball goes, dribbles down. Who's going to pick it up? Overrunning it was Perry. Out to Scott. Scott feeds it to his teammate. Follows back up. Is he going to get it in front of Elphingston? Elphingston wraps him up in a tackle. It's going nowhere. Rushton also being involved there. It's part of knocking the ball forward for Braden Scott. So the ball up. Elphingston wins the tap easily, gives it out to Hope. I don't know what he was trying to do there. French was just swarmed by a pack of devils, or demons. And ball's going nowhere again as Cale dives on top of Bryan, who's on top of number 32, and that being Harry Watling for the Demons. Third time, ball up right in front of us. JB overruns the football. He might be getting a little bit fatigued. They try to get down. That was Watling. That's in the path of Ethan Carter. Carter's kick somewhat smothered by Patterson. Ball goes to ground. Who's going to get there first? Kerrison was there, but he's unable to take it cleanly. We're going to get another ball up. We are literally right in the middle of the ground, in front of the Burnie Tigers faithful here at West Park, part of the reunion, 1960s. And I'm sure they're enjoying the spectacle with the Tigers up by 30 points.
Ball bobbling around. Rushton. Back to kick towards McCrossan, who wheels around inside 50. McGinninan lost his footing, and Freshney was able to take a mark out the back door.
It looks like he was running the wrong way on the treadmill.
Now, he's missed a couple this afternoon so far, has Freshney. This is probably his best opportunity yet. He's closer to the goals than he has been today. So let's have a look. 38 goals for the season. Prominent goal kicker for the Demons, and he delivers. They needed that, the visitors.
He certainly did. Back to 24 points, the margin. So, it's like he was stuck on the ice rink, on the ice skates, and he was struggling to go forward with Will Ginninan. As we look at the replay. Yeah. We'll have a bit of a laugh about that a bit later on, I would imagine. Nonetheless, when you're in the moment, it can be somewhat frustrating to take, considering you know your capabilities. So the ball's back in the middle. 43 plays 19. Something just came across the PA. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Carter feeds it out. Stratton applies the tackle. Ball's going nowhere, but we're centre forward for the Latrobe Demons at the 20-minute mark of the second term.
It's all happened here today. The alarm went off before the women's game earlier, so the firefighters had to...
Was that what the truck was doing?
Yeah.
What was going on?
Probably because of the showers, probably. The steamy showers. Seems to happen a lot here at West Park. Anyway, back we go. Elvingston and Jeffrey in the ruck. Pretty even contest. Here's Ponting sending it forward. It might work out. It does. Very good kick. And it finds Noah Stevenson. Is that number 60?
Yeah, it is. Yep. So, laid in for Joshy Holland.
So for back-to-back goals here for the visitors. We've ticked into time on in this second quarter. Bit of a wobbly kick and
right back missed. On it. Yeah. And he converted that. We might have started to smell a bit of smoke. We might have had to call for the fire engine with the Demons starting to breathe a bit of fire into this contest. It's been competitive. Guinness kicks further forward. What a mark! Surely that's got to be paid. No, says the umpire. I thought there was a mark to Dill Smith in between the two Demons. Will Shearer and Joshy Ponting. Maybe I'm wrong. Might have a look at that replay. Get Mr. Bevis to call.
Here's Jarko Halloran clearing it away out wide. It slipped through the hands of Ritter and then bouncing out of play for a boundary throw-in. Jeffrey and Jarko Halloran to do battle in the ruck here.
Yeah, no, he definitely took the mark. Rubber the green again.
Neither ruckman hit the footy there on that occasion. Here's Rushton being tackled by Dylan Smith. It pops out towards Brian. Now they tried to work it through hands there, the Tigers, but it's the Demons doing just that, although it comes unstuck. Oh, look at that from Brian. He bursted his way through brilliantly.
Lucky Warren might be lucky there.
Cahill keeping the ball
in trouble too, Brian.
In front of him. Eli Fridge, watch out. Good tackle there by McCrossan, and he's going to be rewarded.
So McCrossan receives the free kick. That's a poor kick. Oh, trying to get there, losing his feet. There's Tommy Donald. Is that not holding the football? No, says the umpire. Keep an eye on Jalen Bryant. He's just come to the interchange there, Jacob. That tackle there by Lockie Warren has hurt his shoulder, his left shoulder. This time O'Halloran wins the tap. It's relieving Elphinston in the ruck against Jeffrey. Good smother applied there by O'Halloran again and with the follow-up. Ball's going nowhere at the moment. We're going to get another ball up, I would imagine. Oh, no, it gets knocked out this time. Ponting feeds it to his teammate. It gets wrapped up in a tackle. They're asking for holding the football. No, says the umpire, and Dill Smith says, why not? Right in front of the Cade Monday wing. Another ball up. Smith finds the sanctuary of the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in this time. It's 43 plays 20, 23 points the margin. Favour of the Burnie Tigers. We have played almost 24 minutes into the second term.
Good crowd there on the outer side too. As the ball comes back into play. Neither ruckman hitting it again there on that occasion. We've seen that a couple of times this afternoon. Here's Stretton going inside 50 towards Liam O'Halloran. Couldn't quite take the mark. Now Shearer trying to pick it up, but he couldn't quite. And
Redmond?
Now he takes his opponent high, as will Shearer, and it's Walters. Nick Walters, of course.
A little bit of a physique difference there compared to little top deck.
So gets the free, does Nick Walters, and he can go back and...
Generally a superb kick.
Yeah, make it really hard for make it a pretty sizable lead at half-time.
The ageing veteran.
So let's have a look here. Nick Walters starting his run up.
Have a look at that.
That was perfect. Goal umpire hardly moved. That's how good the kick was. And the Dockers are dominating this round 16 clash as we nearly head into half-time. He's played well this season too, Nick Walters, as he so often does.
Yeah, well, he weighed up whether he'd be actually playing in the NWFL this year. His brother's gone out to Somerset, and Harry. Those two boys, they caused some angst for the opposition teams over the journey representing Burnie. But he's got some class about him as Nick Walters. I tell you what, have a look at the size of him too. He is just, for a man that's about 37, 38 years of age, he's in ripping nick. Jeffrey wins the tap down this time. Beats Halloran. Rushton beats Smith and gets his left boot to ball. Punched by Taj Hope. Comes out towards the Demons. And that's holding the football. Now, I don't know where he had prior opportunity, but Kybe Patterson's going to receive the free kick. Mr. Bevis, please explain that to me.
I try to stay a little bit clear away from umpiring decisions these days, as the ball is kicked towards a contest. It's bobbling around here. No one really getting a clean, decisive possession of it, but
that's incorrect.
Pennington has been tackled there by Ponting, who gets rewarded the free.
So the accumulator almost got as many possessions as I'd imagine a family member in Ricky has runs when it comes to the Test Arena. So McInnes puts his teammate Hope under a lot of pressure. Gets his handball released. Ball's going nowhere. Rushton's on top of them there right at the back end. And we're going to get another ball up. Right in front of where those old Premiership Burnie Tigers players are from the 1960s. At the point, a spectacular day here at West Park. No wind to speak of. Patterson wins the tap down. Jenkins knocks it forward. Ball comes back towards Woodcock. Woodcock's kick inside forward 50. No one's able to take the mark. Warren, is that holding the football? Incorrect disposal according to the umpire. In fact, it was McCrossan. Free kick will be going to the Tigers. And taken across half back. And I can't quite pick up who that is. That would be one of the Pennington boys. Indeed it is.
Goes out wide to Jack O'Halloran. And then kicks it into the hands of Patterson, who works it down the line. Now here comes Jeffrey to try and impact the contest, but there goes the half-time siren.
That's a shorter quarter, 27 and a half minutes.
It's all Burnie in this game so far. They have a 29-point lead, making it very, very hard for Latrobe to get the double chance. They need to win this one to give themselves a chance of finishing third. It's probably going to come down to percentage if they do, but they've got a lot of work to do, the Demons. 49 plays 20 at the major break.
4-3 to the Burnie Dockers in that second term, 1-4 to the Latrobe Demons. So they're same as what they did in the first term. So they've had 10 scoring shots. They just haven't been able to convert them, and they've had plenty of opportunity in order to be able to do so. Once that do, I think that will buoy their spirits, and we will have a competitive contest on the scoreboard. Just shy of 5 goals at half-time. Goal scorers for Latrobe men, one to Jack Freshney and one to Kieran Walker. Both of those in the first and second terms, respectively. All single goal scorers also for the Burnie Tigers today. Nicky Walters with one, Tyson Jenkins, Jack O'Halloran, Ryan Cahill, Jacob Stretton, Jed Pennington and Liam O'Halloran. Better players for the Burnie men so far in the first half. Well, I've liked the game of Jacob Stretton and Jalen Bryan. Both of those boys have been able to stand up, in particular in the heat sign. Jalen Bryan coming off, though, late in that second quarter, I should say, with a sore shoulder from the tackle by Lockie Warren in the centre of the square. Wasn't deemed to be a free kick, so it'll be interesting to see whether we see Jalen Bryan back on a little bit later on in today's game. I like the game of Tyson Jenkins. Tyson Jenkins has been good up forward, just crumbing, playing his role in accordance with what needs to be done. Nicky Walters has been a steady head along with Dill Smith, who's just smart, a very smart player. Ryan Cahill has capitalised on those opportunities up front when he's had the opportunity, and then down back you've had people like Finn McGuinness and the Latrobe boys holding up their end of the bargain. For Latrobe men, Jacob?
Well, probably the obvious of Ponting, Lee and Rushton, and it probably falls away a little bit, although McCrossan's been quite good today. Woodcock, and I've liked Ritter, and probably Will Shearer I'd probably chuck in there as well as a couple that are also performing well for the Demons. But probably the big three, though, are probably on top.
Well, I'd counter the Lee. I'd say neither Elphingston or Lee has had a major impact,
No,
I don't think, on the game. I think
that's true.
Both of them have
Done what they need to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that sort of nullified the contest. So it's to the smaller players around the ground, I think, that are going to have to really do the bulk of the work today. Nonetheless, both teams are trying to get that tactical advantage by running Elphingston up front and Alex back onto the interchange. And I must admit, he did hurt his thumb, or something came off his hand midway through that second term. In fact, some of that stuff is still out on the field, so inside the square. So we'll see what happens with regards to that. But at half-time, as mentioned, it's 29 points to margin. We're going to take a break here from West Park. We hope you can join us for the second half of the round 16 and final NWFL men's roster match for season 2026 before the final start next week. We'll get some around the grounds very shortly upon our return for the second half. Stay tuned. And you're watching AFL Tas live stream. NWFL men's roster season round 16.
Good
Welcome back to West Park for the second half here of this NWFL Round 16 clash. And it's Burnie who have the lead against Latrobe by 29 points. The Demons are going to have to get a wriggle on if they're going to win this game. As we get back underway, Smith with the clearance. It goes deep inside, 50 in the Walters direction, I think. It went down.
Jenkins.
Here's a chance for Jenkins. Oh,
is that a goal?
I think he snapped it through and he snuck it in.
Gee, I'm not sure that was a goal. Well, they've given it. That's two to the little whippersnapper. Whippersnapper from Burnie. Have a look here on the replay. Oh, I don't know. That is going to be... That's a close call. That's what that is.
I'm going to trust the goal umpire. He was underneath it, so back we go. Lee and Elphingston in the ruck. Ponting feeds a handball to Warren. Big kick inside 50. McInnes it was who got a fist in. Here's Smith with the football, but umpire blows his whistle. And who's the free kick going to? It's going to the Demons. McCrossan, I think it is.
Not a good kick. Mopping up there is Taj Hope for the Burnie Tigers. Goes out wide. Lucks the fortune. Lands in the hands of Jacob Stretton. 35 points to margin in favour of the Dockers. It's not the start that the Demons wanted in the second half. Been asked to play on as he feigns to come in board. And geez, tell you what, he's putting his captain under pressure. That's Dill Smith. It's 1 on 5. He's up to the task. Have a look at that. Kicks the ball off the ground. Demons are able to pick it up through Lockie Warren. Warren brings it back, and standing across the defence is Elphingston. Comes wide to Ganninan. Ganninan takes off. Too much dash for Freshney's. Kick's not a great one. Triffett jumps in the way. He's up against Kerrison. Get the ball out from Woodcock to Rushton. Rushton under pressure. Takes on 4 tacklers, and after the 4th, the umpire says, gone too far, son. Jenkins receives a free kick. It's over to French. French goes wide, down towards the K Monday wing. Player sitting out there on the far side. That's his brother. He goes long, inside forward 50 for the Tigers. Finds space. Over the top of O'Halloran, runs across the boundary line. Weeks right up his backside. And the umpire says we'll have a boundary throw-in. Click around the grounds before we head back to Jacob Evers. 2-1-13. The East Devonport Swans at three-quarter time. 21-14, 140. The Wynyard Cats at half-time at Ulverston. It's 8-17-65. The Robins leading the Penguin. 2 Blues, 5-2-32. And Jacob, believe it or not, at half-time at Smithton, 6-7-43 are the Saints. Ooh, as the ball goes through for a rush behind. 6-9-45. The Devonport Magpies.
Jeez,
what a turn-up.
It's the biggest upset of maybe the decade or maybe even the century, to be honest, brewing there at Smithton. As McCrossan kicks it short to Jeffrey. He's urging someone to make a lead. He goes inboard to the big ruckman Alex Lee, who kicks it out to the other side, and taking the mark there is Nathaniel Triffett. And he kicks it in the direction of Shearer. Sets it up, but it was only to the advantage of Emick French, who is not wasting any time. He kicks it out wide. Dylan Smith with the mark. He plays on. Big kick into the 50. Jarko Halloran. He's one-on-one. He picks it up. Tries to get away from his opponent.
Are you serious?
He then gets the kick away, but it hits the point post. Ethan Flack doing some good work there to try and hold him up and apply the pressure. And the Demons are back in possession.
So the ball's in the hands of Weeks. He goes short, finds Ritter. Oh, doesn't take the mark under pressure. able to get the handball away. Over to Donald. Donald under pressure too. Tigers are wanting that ball back inside forward 50 very shortly. And that's what they get from Ponting. Comes out to Cahill. Over to Kerrison. Gets his boot to the ball. And in fact, that's Kerrison now. Runs across the boundary line. That was Jenkins, I think, that might have been thrown into the ground. And we'll get another boundary throw in right inside or deep inside the forward 50 for the Burnie Tigers in front of the Tiger faithful from the 1960s. Here, enjoying their day out, premiership reunion. And it looks like Lee gets it. That's not a good kick, though, from the stoppage. McInnes is going to be first back. No, he doesn't get there. Warren does. Knocks it forward. McInnes gets her hands on it. Gets it to French. French releases. He only gives it to Woodcock, though. And they've got some space. It's not a bad-looking kick. McCrossing's going to have to do some work here. What will he be able to conjure up? Not good enough, though, against French. He's able to step and evade. That's the basketball skill coming to the fore. Goes to McInnes. He goes wide towards Smith. He's beaten to it by Ponting. Rushton goes short, and that's a great contested mark in front of Gannon, taken by Cohen Jeffrey, well within his range. And it's a must-needed goal opportunity that he has to take, Jacob Bevis, in order for them to start making some waves into the 36 points that they are in arrears. So, Cohen Jeffrey from just outside the 50. It's not a bad-looking kick. So he hung it out to the right. It might sneak in. No, it's just to the right. And it goes through for one behind. Not the result he was looking for.
Smith kicks it into the hands of Eli French. And then he gives it off to one of the Rattrays. Kicks it down the ground. No mark taken. Shearer with the handball. And then Brian, hard up against the boundary line, was forced over. Played an interesting role this year, Jeffrey. When I watched Latrobe against Wynyard a few weeks ago, he's playing in the midfield.
Yeah. Well, he's got the capability.
Absolutely,
he just needs to build his engine. Look, he is rock solid from a physique point of view.
Rushton trying to burst his way through, lost the footy, and as a result has been pinged for holding the ball, and Jacob Stretton in possession of it now.
He was Cripps-like in his athletic prowess, really. He can play tall, he can play small, he can play, midfield utility. Just needs to develop the engine. Ball across half back here. Worked it well through Patterson. Looks to get the free kick. Get it back from McInnes. McInnes goes wide. Who's he found? That's Gannon. Shares it with the run of Stretton. Stretton's, that's not a great looking kick. Possibly should have used his non-dominant side. Up to the task, though, trying to support him as well as Redmond, but top deck's wrapped up in a tackle by young Jack Ritter.
So Ritter goes out wide. Finds the services of Jack Trifford. This game just slightly getting away from Latrobe as the ball is kicked down the ground, almost marked there by Freshney. In fact, it was paid.
Yeah, that was a good mark.
In front of Gannon.
Get some size on this boy. He could be anything.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes inside 50 in the Jeffrey direction. It comes off hands. Jalen Bryan now trying to shrug off his opponent. Got the handball away to Lewis Rattray, to his brother. And then he kicks it down the ground towards a one-on-one. Weeks did well against Jark O'Halloran. Did he do a little hammy there?
Yeah, I think he might have.
I don't know, but he's kicked it towards the contest, and now the ball's been locked up on the grandstand side here of West Park.
Jalen Bryan, as I mentioned, that left shoulder. You notice that it's been taped up. He's back on the field. He's up against Rushton. He's going to win the footy here. No, Ponting gets there first. Redmond loses the football to Warren. Warren kicks the ball up. Freshly unable to take the mark. Who's going to be first on the ground? And it's still Smith. Look, he's the smartest footballer in the league. No doubt about that. Gives it to McInnes. Oh! Could have been wiped out by Shearer. Wasn't. Follows up. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Who's there?
Oh.
Is that Jenkins?
Yep.
What a mark. What a play. Finn McInnes. Stand up. And look at the boys. They're all getting towards him. That was impressive. But how smart was that tap on there by the captain?
Oh, no, he's a ripper player, isn't he? Such a leader.
Oh, Dill Smith, just sublime. Sublime.
It's the definition of captain, that's for sure.
So, from a very acute angle, it's Tyson Jenkins. It's not a bad looking kick. That's the way you do it. Daniel Freshney, keep your head over the football. Well completed that particular skill by Tyson Jenkins. And he's got 3 to his name. He's just cementing his position in this senior side. He's got a great work ethic as Tyson Jenkins. And very solidly built, low to the ground, small forward who can do pinch on the ball, pinch hit on ball, and it's been a great addition over the last 2 years to the Burnie side.
Absolutely. Here's Emick French. Oh, gee, did well. Nearly ran into the trouble upon him, but got out of it and then handballed it off to Stresson.
Is that him again? No,
and then he kicks it out wide to Jed Pennington, who kicks it inside 50. Weeks got a little hand to it. Here's a chance for Jenkins, who got a little handball away. Was that no, Jarko Halloran involved. Ball bobbling around. Jenkins again with the football, but he's been dispossessed there by Shearer. And the ball has gone out of play for a boundary throw inside the Tigers' forward 50.
Shearer running now with Smith. So he's the one player that usually gets that roll. Shut down roll. Let's see if he can shear. Dill Smith. Matt Lee gets the tap away from the ruck contest. Unable to take clean possession. Ball finds the sanctuary of the boundary line. Stretton's asking for a free kick. Doesn't get it. And we'll get a boundary throw in. And Jovi Chapman, the boundary umpire on the far side of the ground, Cade Monday side, throws the ball back in. Elphingston wins this time. Stretton goes without it. It's on the run. Lee picks it up, kicks it straight into Rushton though. And it's picked up by Triffett, Nathaniel Variety. His boot goes towards McInnes, loses the football. It's now in the hands of Warren, looking to see what his options are. That's a good kick. Great mark. It's taken by Freshney.
And then Freshney inside 50 towards McCrossan, who had space and was able to take the mark with ease. 15 goals this season. Probably should execute this one, you'd think. Brought up a milestone game earlier in the season.
200 game club.
He's kicked it through.
Well, 300 actually.
I think it was 300.
Yeah. And that was one that was definitely needed.
Absolutely.
That was better ball movement. Loved the way in which lowered the eyes did Lockie Warren as he came through the centre there. You saw Freshney. It was a good kick to advantage, and then he didn't waste any time. Saw McCrossan available and utilised his services.
They need more of that to the Demons. So 62 plays 27, back in the middle. Lee beats Elphingston in the ruck, taps it towards Braden Scott, who was being held. Umpire says play on advantage. Scott handballed it to Ponting and then kicked it in the direction of Freshney, who takes the mark. He's kicking on a slight angle. That was good ball movement there by the Demons.
Certainly was.
This for his second of the afternoon. Lining up from about 40 metres.
Good kick.
That's beautiful. Back-to-back goals for the Demons.
What a boy, a bit of confidence in the Demons outfit. So they've matched the Dockers this quarter as regards to goals scored. Just got to keep chipping away. And that's exactly what they did, or have done, against some of the top tier teams throughout the course of the year. They had a terrific win at Latrobe. Might have been against Ulverston, if I remember correctly. Lee wins the tap down. They came back right on the death knell. And I couldn't believe it. The weather, it was wet as that particular day. But it's just a terrific display of grit and determination, not giving up. Woodcock on the receiving of the handball out there by Ponting.
Got it.
Kick, finds the target, and that's that man up front, Jack Freshney. Just imagine if he gets some size on him. And second of all, his capacity to be able to be possibly a little bit stronger in a marking contest and have that elite speed. He could be quite a formidable target for them up front. Man that works on the spirit of Tasmania. There's the spirit of the Demons up front at the moment. Oh, that's lays back on it. That's a bad miss. 2 goals, 3 to his name.
Can't afford to miss those, the Demons, if they want to win this game. So Stretton. Nice kick to McGuinness. And then McGuinness into the hands of Ganninan. Out wide to Rattray. Lewis Rattray. Bryan involved and now giving it off to Stretton. Kicks it towards the contest. That's a really good mark there by Jacob Dwyer, who continues to go forward. Didn't quite find the target of Liam O'Halloran, who was in amongst that contest. And the ball has gone out of play for a boundary throw-in.
He's had limited game time today, Jacob Dwyer. So it was good to see him come across in front of the pack there. I didn't think the kick was a great one by Stretton. Good ball use up to that point. But a good mark taken there by Jacob Dwyer. Boundary throw-in inside the forward 50 for the Tigers. Lee wins the tap out. I think he's starting to take the advantage in the ruck against Elphingston. Big Wolverine. Ponting lays the tackle. French. And Boy says we'll have another ball up half forward for the Burnie Tigers.
I think we've done well not to mention the Dockers much today, as the ball is hacked away to the centre of the ground. Just bobbling around for the moment. Jacques O'Halloran received a handball, but his kick was only as far as Shearer, who kicks it towards centre half forward. Trying to get to it was Zeke Pennington getting in, and that was brilliant stuff. Got through traffic, took a bounce, was able to shrug one off, and then kick it inside 50 in the direction of Jed Pennington, but he has Ritter to contend with, and Ritter, the youngster, takes the mark. Now he kicks it out wide. Gee, McGuinness made a really good contest of it, but it was Watling who came away with it. Kicks it into the hands there of Kieran Walker. Big kick towards the top of the 50. Jeffrey direction, nearly marked it. Freshney is there as well, but Hope was able to get the handball to Emick French. And now Stretton, who takes a bounce, wanders the centre half back and then kicks it out wide there to Eli French.
French has got it, twists one way, turns the other, and that's a poor kick. Great pressure applied by McCrossan, and Woodcock takes the mark centre wing position on the Cade Monday side of the ground. Goes short, finds Kieran Walker. It's been out of it since the first term. An enigmatic player. It's Kieran Walker. That's not a good kick though. So he's turned it over to French. So French then uses Bryan. Bryan back to French. Oh, just walks past Lee. The guy gives him a bit of a love tap. So he keeps moving forward. Ball inside forward 50. It's in the hands of the Demons now. They share it back to Woodcock. He goes further afield. Oh, goes past Shearer. Needed to attack the football. Attacks the man. Wraps him up and attack, and we'll have a ball up. So half forward. Cade Monday side of the wing. Dockers, they still lead by 28 points.
So kick towards the centre wing position. Although the Tigers, they get possession back. Stretton receiving a handball. Goes inside 50. It falls out the back of a contest. Here's a chance perhaps here for Cahill, who was taken high, was he?
I think he played for that.
Don't think
Ginnivan-like, to be honest.
Well, the umpire hasn't fallen for it. He's going to ball it up. Forward pocket for the Tigers. Lee and Elphingston doing battle in the ruck. Elphingston taps it towards the goal square. Liam O'Halloran got down and got his hands on the footy, but then was tackled. And this ball's in a dangerous spot if you're a Latrobe supporter.
Yeah, no free kick there to Ryan Cahill. but it still is in a very dangerous position for the Demons. Tigers, apologies for saying Dockers before. Out to Woodcock from Ponting. Kick goes high. Warren almost takes the mark. In against Smith. Ball goes to ground. O'Halloran along with one of the Rattray boys, young Oliver. Wrapping up Mr. Donald. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the broadcast area, in front of Prime Accounting Canteen for the Burnie Football Club fraternity. Ooh. And that's a good mark taken there by Stretton. In fact, that was O'Halloran. Maybe he was there to protect him. I'm not 100% sure. Almost took his head off. Good kick, good mark, good lead. Or at least a free kick, if not that. And that's been taken by Jacob Dwyer. He's done a couple of good things this quarter. Kicks inside forward 50. The target being Walters. Not able to take the mark. Triffitt gets there. Feeds it out, but only gives it straight back to JB. Jalen Bryan takes the advantage and the opportunity and makes the Demons pay. That'll hurt. Jalen Bryan gets his first for the game. And after a very serviceable 1.5 quarters, came off with a bit of a shoulder complaint. Back on in the start of the second half in the third term. Now contributes on the scoreboard. Just Jalen Bryan and takes the margin out to 32 points. 10-8-68, plays 4-10-34. We've played 21 minutes into the third term.
So back in the middle we go. Lee and Elphingston. It's been a good contest between the two. It was an even contest there on that occasion. Rushton had it, lost it. Walters did well to get it to Patterson. Kicks it out towards the outer side wing. And now Ollie Rattray kicks it towards the top of the 50. Jalen Bryan got the handball away to Jacob Dwyer, who squares it up inside 50. Ponting probably should have taken that mark. Here's Redmond to Cahill. Kicks it as he's kicked it. And that was a superb bit of play there by the Tigers. And superb finish there by Cahill.
That's his second. Going to watch it on the Terry White Kim replay. So Redmond hands it over to Cahill, gets his kick, is slung as he's kicked. Does a full 360.
Still gets it through.
Yeah, well done. Might see that one too on the socials a bit later on in the week. Looks like there's been a thumping over at East Devonport. In fact, it was 30-17 in favour of the Wynyard Cats. We'll get to that in a minute. So the ball comes down towards Smith from the ruck contest. Loses possession. It's now in favour of the Demons, but he jumps back on top and then asks, why don't I receive a free kick? I didn't have possession. Umpire says, I'll have it. Well, it doesn't engage. Lee, Elphingston, who wins the tap? No one in particular, but then Ponting gets it. Gets dumped after his kick, but it's to a very dangerous spot. Tigers are back there. Kinninan feeds the handball. Oh, Rattray's in a bit of trouble. There's Taj Hope. Does he go across the boundary line? Hopefully he's found that sanctuary for his sake. According to the umpire, he has. And we're going to get a boundary throw in. Deep inside the forward 50 for the Latrobe Demons, who are currently 40 points in arrears of the Burnie Tigers.
Ball tossed back in. Elphingston might have just won the hit out there against Lee. It fell to McInnes. His kick towards Redmond, but he couldn't quite take the mark. He basically waited for it. The Tigers, though, still in possession. Kick towards the boundary line. Redmond again involved, but couldn't keep it in. Same ruckman to do battle. Gee, they're standing a long way away from the
aren't they? They're
boundary
on
umpire.
Square.
Boundary umpire's done well, though, to reach them.
Well, they're quite young boys, aren't they?
It's not easy to throw the ball in. I say that from experience, as the ball just not quite going anywhere outside Latrobe's forward 50.
I'm guessing the obliques will get a bit of a workout throughout the course of the match.
Especially if you don't have muscle.
Ponting gives the ball back to the umpire. Lee wins the tap this time. It's not to the advantage of anyone, but the ball comes back to him. He's able to throw it on the boot. It's inside forward 50. He's going to take advantage of this. Oh, Walker tries to get his hands to it. He's not clean, but he's able to follow up. Throws it on his left boot, somewhat smothered. Freshney overruns the football. There goes Trifford across the body. Freshney, is that a mark? The umpire's paid it. I don't think he'd marked that. Thought he was over the line, to be honest with you. So he's on the cutest of angles. And I wonder what he chooses to do here. Do you reckon he'll go to his left or he goes to banana? Oh, he goes short. Oh, that's poor checking. And Walker kicks his second. Too easy. But he's bobbed up in that third term, and that's what you want to see from him. He's a bit enigmatic, but that comes with maturity, I suppose. And he's only a young player, as Kieran Walker, but that's one they definitely needed. And good team ball use there by Jack Freshney. And again, possibly getting a little bit of the rub of the green with regards to that. A little bit subjective, but brings them within 34 points. Striking distance, somewhat. What do we got to? 26 minutes, have we?
Just about.
Yep.
So back we go in the middle. Elphingston and Lee. Elphingston. Ponting had it, lost it. Oh, gee. There's a player there nearly going head first into the turf. So ball's been locked in. Umpire throws it up. Even contest there in the ruck. Oh, well done, Walters. That was a really nice handball to Smith. Can he finish? It's a low ball. Emick French there, one-on-one with Flack, and the ball has come off hands and gone through for a behind, but very silky stuff there by the Tigers.
Ball out wide by the Demons. It's in front of Ponting, who beat Stratton. He's now Smith's after him, ducks the tackle, tries to get his kick towards Rushton. It wasn't to his advantage. McInnes gets there first. It comes off his boot, and so they'll get the lasso free kick. All the Demons, and Jack Rushton will take that. K Monday wing goes short. Finds teammate, receives it back. That was McCrossan. Rushton's kick's not a good one. Overrunning the football with the Demons, and so Tigers now have possessions. Now in the hands of Walters. He feeds it out wide to Ganinen. That's good play by Ganinen. Not losing the football as he's gang tackled there by Rushton and young Noah Stevenson. So ball up will happen, forward 50. And there's the siren at the 27-minute mark for the third term. And it is 5-10, Latrobe, 40. Leading 35 points in arrears of the Burnie Tigers, who added another 6 points advantage on the to the margin between them and the Demons. So 11, we've got 11 goals, 8, I think it is.
Probably need to fix the scoreboard here, don't they?
11-9, 75 I've got. So, yep. And so we've got a 4-goal, 2-quarter to the Burnie Dockers, a 3-goal, 2-quarter to the Latrobe Demons. So again, they just extended that margin by 1 solitary goal. Goal kickers for both sides, 2 to Jack Freshney for Latrobe, along with Kieran Walker, and 1 to Sean McCrossan for the Burnie Tigers. We've got 3 to Tyson Jenkins, 2 to Ryan Cahill. Single goal kickers, Jalen Bryan, Nick Walters, Jark O'Halloran, along with Jacob Stratton, Jed Pennington and Liam O'Halloran. Better players for both sides. Well, in that third term, you could see some of the more mature players come to the fore, in particular for the Burnie Tigers. They've been the French boys, Finn McInnes, who's got quite a bit of senior experience under his belt for a young player. Dylan Smith, along with Nick Walters, also holding up their end. Logan Elphingston possibly had his colours lowered in that quarter by Alex Lee, but nonetheless it wasn't damaging enough in order to be able to state that he has been uncompetitive. Opportunistic chances taken by Tyson Jenkins and Ryan Cahill, along with Jalen Bryan in that third term. For Latrobe men, well, Jack Freshney, he's been the target up front for them all year. He has got great capability. We'll see what he can do as his career progresses. But 2 goals, 3 to his name doesn't really show the calibre of what he can absolutely bring to this side. Kieran Walker, one of the younger players, as I mentioned, a bit enigmatic throughout the course, but again, has a bright future. And if he's able to get himself super fit, he's going to be a very damaging player in the forward half for the Latrobe Demons moving forward. Josh Ponting, Sean McCrossan, thought Jackie Ritter, along with Lockie Warren and Cohen Jeffrey were some of the better players in that third term for the Latrobe Demons. Around the grounds, we've got a final score for you from East Devonport, and it was the Wynyard Cats, 183-point victors, 30-17, 197 to East Devonport Swans, 2-2-14, ending their season, unfortunately, without a win in 2026. At Ulverston, not quite sure whether it is three-quarter time or not as yet, but it is. Looks like Ulverston are up by 45 points as we speak. And at Circular Head, it's Devonport that have taken the ascendancy here, and they're up by 22. That's not quite three-quarter time. No, in fact, it's just gone on to three-quarter time. 11-13-79, leading Circular Head Saints 8-9-57. So they're the margins, and at the moment, looks like Latrobe are going to be in an elimination final. That's most likely against the Wynyard Cats next weekend. We're going to take a break at three-quarter time from West Park. I hope you're enjoying the AFL Tas live stream for the round 16 and final fixture in the NWFL men's senior season for 2026. Welcome back for the final term for AFL Tas live stream for the round 16 and final roster season fixture in the NWFL men's senior competition. We're from the glorious surrounds of West Park. The Burnie Tigers, also the Burnie Doggers Football Club, back in the retro outfit against Latrobe Demons. Elphiston loses the tap this time. Smith, though, gets his boot to ball. Kicks the ball wide, goes out to French, who comes back in and finds his brother Emig in the middle of the ground. He goes wide. Oh, they're on here. That's Elphinstone all by himself. Lee's left him alone. That kick's a good one, and he finds Nicky Walters up front. And whilst he's on an acute angle, this is not within, this is definitely within his remit. Nicky Walters is a beautiful kick of the football. You won't see him going around the corner here, I wouldn't imagine. So, could extend the margin out to 41 points with his kick. Oh, have a look at that. Nick, bow down Walters. That's his second of the game. Both his goals have been outstanding. You want to see someone kick a football? Take note, Nick Walters. Margin 41 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. It's good having someone like him in a very young group.
Oh, no doubt about that. Just solidifies them wherever he's playing, whether it be half-back, wing, in the midfield, or even up forward.
Lee beats Elphingston in the ruck. Ponting manufactured a kick out wide. Now Woodcock receives a handball there from Carter. Kicks it into the centre square, and Jeffrey had his eyes on it, and he takes it on the chest.
It'd be within range if he winds himself up.
He's kicked it towards the top of the goal score. Oh, Freshney dropped it. Probably should have taken it, though, in all fairness. Now Watling in possession.
Sums up his day, really, doesn't it?
It's been wrapped up, yeah, absolutely.
Because he's had plenty of opportunity. He's kicked 2 goals, 3.
Should have more than that.
Yeah. Ball comes down from the stoppage. Handed over to Stretton. He tries to feed it back into Elphingston. Has to apply the tackles as he loses it. Comes to Rushton. Ooh, kick there by Watling. Smothered. Great defensive pressure by the Tigers. The ball goes across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in right in front of those 1960 players. Back loving these retro outfits for the Burnie Tigers.
I was just speaking to Wayne down there. He said it's bigger than what he thought it would be this occasion. Here's Watling, who hit the deck very hard a moment ago, but good to see him back up and launching one towards the goals. But the Tigers are able to work it outside the defensive 50. Here's Eli French giving it off to Jalen Bryan inside 50.
Oh, is that a mark?
Direction.
That's a mark.
It's been paid.
That is impressive.
The umpire thought so too. Oh, no, it's a throw up. Has he changed his mind? He's changed his mind. Wow.
Well, that'll be on the socials this week. I'm going to have a look at the replay. You check the replay out there, Jacob. Ball goes straight back up. Going nowhere was Elphingston. We're going to do it all again. In fact, that was O'Halloran that was wrapped up in that tackle.
There's a bit of buffering on our feed that we've got, so I can't check it.
Well, if you get the opportunity, let us know. I'd be interested to see. Stratton releases out wide, and then he was dealt with harshly according to the umpire after he'd released the ball by Weeks. And so he's going to take the free kick. Kicks the ball, top of the goal square. That's a poor kick. Just allows the defender to run onto it. And that's exactly what the Shearer does. Goes back out towards Woodcock. He comes back inboard. That's a good kick. Finds Lockie Warren. He's a good user of the football. He goes out wide. Donald's kick to the advantage of Freshney. Should have taken that mark. Kinnunen with athleticism takes it away. Shares it with JB. Let's see what Flying Brian can do. Kicks the ball wide. Oh. And that's another enormous mark. O'Halloran, one hand.
How about that?
Jacques the Juggler. Well, let's see whether he can top up this magical trick. In between the 2 big sticks. I'm going to check that mark out again on the replay very shortly. Chark. Steady approach. Head over the football, son. Releases. Oh, he's pretty happy with it. What's the goal umpire think? Great magical trick there by Jacques O'Halloran. That's his second. One in the second and one in the fourth. And we just missed that replay, but that was a beautiful mark. He's taken, well, that other one as well I thought might have been just a beauty. Oh, here we go. We're looking at the replay now. Look at that. That is impressive. Wow. What are they? Grippo. Is that what they say? They've got a bit of grippo on there?
Maybe so. It is quite a dry day, though, in all fairness, so that would help.
Excellent. Just excellent. Lucky he wasn't going into the sun, and we've got a blood rule, and the big Wolverine has to come off. So that's Logan Elphinston.
Well, safe to say that one will be on the socials.
It certainly should be. Ball back in the middle.
And he's gone into the ruck as Jacques O'Halloran after that mark.
Ooh,
now Smith's been tackled there by Warren, and Warren's going to get rewarded with the free here. Although there's some cries coming from the crowd for pushing the back, but Warren's going to take the kick. He launches it inside 50. What a journey!
Oh!
Not quite.
Whoa. Well, it's just touched on the line, was it? Very impressive. I'm going to give him that as a bind anyway. Ball being brought back in by McInnes. Who's that? O'Halloran over the back, unable to take the mark. Ball comes to, I think that might have been Lee. Inside forward 50. Oh, overrunning it that time was Carter. So that gives the Tigers the opportunity to release. Hope finds JB. Flying Brian. Goes wide. And this time hits up Liam O'Halloran. So big LOH. Goes inboard. Oh, good kick. That's not biting off more than they can chew. The Tigers finds French. The Frenchman goes wide. Finds big Jacques. JOH. Short towards Redmond. Not a good decision. 1 on 3. Cohen Jeffrey wins out. Handballs the ball to Rushton. Unfortunately, finds the sanctuary of the boundary line. And lasso free kick will go to the Tigers through Wes Redmond.
Redmond assessing his options. He's pointing deep. That's exactly where he kicks it, towards the top of the goal square. Jeffrey's there. Falls out the back. Amick French is dangerous in this situation. It stacks on just before the behind line, and I think it's gone over, has it? Yes, it has. So a minor score.
That's 5. Rush behinds today.
Ridder working it out wide, but good mark taken there by Ganinen out on the outer side. He kicks it inside 50. Oh, that was clean by Walters, and a chance here for Jacques O'Halloran. Couldn't quite sneak that one through.
It might make Jacob Dwyer. Jacob Dwyer, I think it was.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So,
just saw the 9 and...
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. They got a very similar complexion. It might be the bronze that they put on during the winter season. So, Jacob likes to look good, feel good, play good. Who's the guy from Collingwood that does that? Guayna?
Okay. Oh, yes. Yep.
So, Jacob's very much of a similar stature when it comes to that. So, Warren takes it from the contest, kicks out wide. Contested mark taken there by Ganinen against Freshney. Comes in board, finds Amick French. What's the Frenchman going to do? I'm not going to go backwards. We will change direction and share it out wide in the hands of Pennington. Pennington. That's a good kick. That's a good lead. That's a great mark. That's taken by the young man. Top deck. Wiry and frame. Back in the team.
He's done some good things today too. He's played his role.
Yeah, he can play, Wes. Absolutely. Needs application with regards to diligence and discipline. He's got a wiry frame. If he builds himself up, he could really have an impact in this competition. He's just got great instinct. And when he kicks the footy well, he's one of the best to do so. This might be just outside his remit, though. I'm not sure whether he's got the distance. Tries to play on. It's going to go close.
Hello.
And there you go. It's proved me wrong.
What a shot.
Congratulations, Wesley. Finds the goal from 40 metres out. Maybe those matchstick legs have a bit of titanium in them. Or carbon fibre, for that matter. So the margin extended yet again. We're out to 44 points. 14-9. Plays 5-11. 95 plays 41. And it's the Tigers. We've had a hard lead into the finals too in the back end of the roster season, and I think that's worked to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. They weren't disgraced last week against Devonport. Did come back there towards the end, so be interesting when those two teams meet again. You'd think they probably will during finals as Latrobe work it out wide. Watling trying to get onto it. Couldn't quite though. Here's Hope. Did well, and then fed a handball to Emick French, who kicks it into the centre of the ground. Wes Redmond couldn't quite take the mark. Here's Scott. Gee, nearly tripped by his own player. In fact, he was in the end. Now the ball's just bobbling around for the moment, and now a tackle has been applied there by Jalen Bryan on his opponent in Carter, and it's going to be a ball up.
So Lee wins this one. Who's first back though? It's Elphingston. Gets the handball out to the big Wolverine. Applying a tackle was Warren. Ball goes to ground. Who's there? Carter amongst them. And the Demon, bit of fire in his belly, applies a very harsh tackle on Finn McGuinness when they get a ball up inside the forward 50 for the Latrobe Demons.
Ponting lurking. He got a kick away. It's gone out of bounds on the full though. So Burnie win back possession. Zeke Pennington to bring it back into play.
I like the fact that in particular both sides, but the players are playing their positions, in particular holding their shape, like the wingmen and so forth. I found that out. Both teams, Latrobe and Burnie, Latrobe in the women's and Burnie in the men's, they're just holding their shape exceptionally well. It's good to see, as opposed to getting all players towards where the ball is.
Ponting handballs it to Weeks, and now Scott involved, but he just handballed it out of play.
Just better for a one-on-one contest.
Yeah, no, agreed. So
is that McInnes?
It is McInnes. He's in a bit of trouble though.
That's a good tackle.
Perry it was on the outer side.
The hard nut, the vice captain. Haven't seen much of him today. No. Hasn't had much impact at all. Goes short. Finds Scott. He hasn't had much impact either. He needs to be a valuable contributor if you want the Demons to do well into the finals. That's a good kick and a great mark taken by young Freshney. And he'll be having a shot on goal from around about 40 metres, about a 45-degree angle. Kicking to the left of screen, also known as the eastern end of the ground. And over the football, son. That's a better looking kick. But it goes just across the face and through for one behind. 2 goals, 4 to his name. It's been in each of the quarters he's had opportunities.
Absolutely has. So Patterson to take the kick out here for the Tigers, just bombs it towards the wing in the Elphingston and Lee direction. McGuinness, that was a nice handball to Jenkins, who, in fact, it was Eli French who had it, lost it. Ponting now feeding a handball out wide, and the Demons come into the corridor. Here's Warren stepping around his opponent in Bryan, and then launching one towards the goal. Oh! Takes a bounce after falling at the back of a pack, and it goes through.
He's had a couple of opportunities.
He has.
And on his third attempt, he nails it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a beautiful user of the football.
He is. He's probably been number one the last year or so, but obviously with the injection of a few good midfielders.
Great physique too, hasn't he? Like, he's very athletic, strong, durable, can play tall, short. He's got a good engine. One of the vice captains, I think, of the Latrobe Demons is Lockie Warren. Lee wins the tap down to Scott, getting his hands on the football. I know it's late, but it's a good sign. There's Rushton, rips it out of the hands of Pennington, who was asking for the mark. No, says the umpire, and his kick goes out of bounds on the full, so the Tigers will bring the ball back in.
It's Hope with the footy. Across the goal face to Emick French, who just goes for a bit of a wander. He takes a bounce, and then he pops it up in the direction of the number 35 in Ollie Rattray. Good mark there by the youngster. Kicks it towards the wing. Weeks read that one well.
Hammy looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, as he gets on his bike. Now, the kick didn't quite carry to Watling, and as a result, Eli French it was who came away with it. Gives it off to McInnes, and now a brilliant kick to Emick French, and that's good delivery to Liam O'Halloran, but he just couldn't quite complete the mark. He recovers, though, handballs it off to Jed Pennington, back to Liam O'Halloran, thought about stepping around his opponent, but instead got it to Rattray of the Ollie variety, back to Liam O'Halloran inside 50. No mark taken. Here's Weeks to Woodcock. Oh, watch out! Good tackle there by Wes Redmond it was. And now the Tigers go inside 50. Everyone stopped for a moment there, but the umpire says things can keep rolling. Here's Dwyer getting it from Walters. And now he's been locked up, has he? No, it's a free kick.
I think the mark was actually taken there by Elphingston. Yeah. We'll see that there. There's a great chase down by Redmond. In fact, O'Halloran jumped in front of him for that mark before, which he dropped. Yeah, that was a mark. That was a mark to Elphingston. Nonetheless, the umpire was on the wrong side of that. Didn't quite see it. But free kick goes to Dwyer.
Walters it is.
Oh, Nicky Walters, sorry.
I think he might have been taken high in that contest after all that, so should drill this. Oh, he's missed it. Surprise.
That is a very much surprise.
Commentator's curse, probably.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, ball being brought in. Who's the target? Scott. It's good to see him getting his hands on the footy because they need it in him to get some confidence leading into the finals. Woodcock's had a quieter game today. Finds young Stevenson. It's a better ball use. Goes wide. Out to Weeks. Weeks gives it to Walker. Walker's kick's a poor one. Well done there by young Kerrison. Brings the ball wide. Over to Elphingston. Out now to Stretton. Stretton's kick. Good one. Giant Jed Pennington. Bit of keepings off here by the Tigers. Not sure about that kick. Asking a lot of his teammate. Cahill. Ball being brought to ground. Comes back to Elphingston. With the run. Kicks the ball out in front of O'Halloran. He could skirt this along the ground. Ooh, he does. Goes right across the face. Unfortunately. And they're going to get a boundary throw in. And that was in front of young Tyson Jenkins. Didn't quite get that kick back that he was looking for. Maybe under too much pressure from the Latrobe Demons. Boundary throw will be the result, so possibly a good one for the Tigers.
Just about to tick into time on here in this final term of this last round roster match of the season. Ball not going anywhere after that ruck contest, so we're going to get another stoppage. Lee and Elphingston in the ruck, as they have been for most of the day. Now, umpire has blown his whistle. It's going to Elphingston against Alex Lee for a bit of interference in the ruck. It's been a good duel between them today.
Demons are going to have to pick themselves up from this match leading into next week.
Logan Elphingston has put that one through. So a beautiful kick there by the Tigers ruckman. And that's another goal to the home team. And they reached the ton.
I'd say he got the points over Lee too today.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wearing him down.
It's usually the other way around when they've met, especially in, rep footy. Although Elphingston's probably got a bit better over the years.
Yes. Yep, I'd agree with that. And that margin now is up over 50 points, so it's 54. 54 points the margin. So, Demons are going to have to pick themselves up for next week. It's not what they were looking for. Stretton goes wide. They're going to be hosting, and it's most likely they're going to be hosting the Robins next weekend at the Burnie Football Club. Tigers today, Dockers next week here at West Park. Most likely to be playing on the Saturday. Boundary throw in. Lee wins the tap. Ponting looking for a free kick. Doesn't receive one. Then applies a tackle. And according to the umpire, that player, Mr. French, incorrect disposal. So Ponting receives a free kick, goes wide. His target was Scott. Misses him. Kinninan mops up and takes it across the boundary line under some pressure. We'll get a boundary throw in. Far side of the ground, also known as the Cade Monday wing. It's 102, plays 48. We are coming up to the 22-minute mark of the final term.
Not long in this one, indeed. So even contest there between Elphingston and Lee. Walters' handball was intercepted. He's going in for another crack though, Walters. Handballs it off to Stretton, who gets through traffic and then sends it to the top of the goal square. Dylan Smith, good mark. And he wanders in and kicks the goal. And the umpire gives the goal umpire the all clear. First goal for Dylan Smith today, if I'm correct.
Yep. 1 goal, 1.
What do you make of Latrobe's chances in the finals,
Well,
Xavier?
I think if they can get it on their terms and play the style of play that, or the pattern in which Ponting is drilled into them over the course of the year, I think a bigger ground also suits them as opposed to a smaller one. That's not to say they're not good at contested footy. They are. It's just that I think they're better with on a larger ground. So next weekend is going to be a real test for them because it's most likely they're going to be playing against Wynyard. If they can get past Wynyard, they might get the opportunity to get Brad Cox-Goodyear back.
Yes.
So that might even buoy them a little bit further, and then they could possibly make themselves, get themselves into a preliminary final. And they get there, and they have to do it the hard way. But comparatively, since last year, this has been a tremendous improvement on where they were and what they've done. So some good recruiting, but they're also focusing on looking after and developing some of the locals. So, and their young boys haven't played well. Like Scott hasn't played well today, not consistently anyway. As the ball's tapped through there by Lockie Warren, it goes through for a rush behind. So that'd be the 6-1 for the Boone Dockers today. So Scott, as an example, Woodcock hasn't had a great game or good, big impact on the game. Freshen if he kicks straight. I think they're closer. They'd be within 4 to 5 goals, I would imagine. Rushton's impact, even though he's tried really hard, hasn't been enough to significantly impact against the opposition. His efficiency's not great. Cohen Jeffrey can be a match winner, no doubt about that. So I think they've got, the Trifford boys have got to stand up. They're usually good users of the football. Yeah, so we'll see, I suppose. The opportunity lies next week, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Setting up to be a good final series as the ball goes inside 50 for Latrobe. It falls out the back. Here's Rattray being tackled. It spills out to Rushton. That kick's going to work out to the top of the goal square. Falls in the hands there of Woodcock.
And that was a good tackle applied by Kieran Walker. He's someone else I've mentioned who's a bit enigmatic. And that's just due to his age and experience at this level.
Directly in front is Woodcock and reduces the margin slightly.
So, someone like Kieran Walker, again, I think he's this real potential.
They've got some good youngsters, that's for sure.
They certainly do. And on top of that, if they've got someone like Joshy Holland available, Sean McCrossan plays his role. I know he's a 300-game player and, he's into his mid-30s. He really stands up. Yes, I think they're capable of knocking over a Wynyard and possibly even that next step, and you don't know who it'll be. I'd say they're a better chance against Ulverston than they are Burnie, but come what may, we'll see what happens. Ball out wide, O'Halloran takes it. Goes to ground. There was Jenkins in there. Scott dives on top of the football. He's tackled and brought to ground. And that being by Ollie Rattray. We'll get a ball up. Lee down to Ponting. Oh, no mark. Ball to ground. McInnes was in there. A crossing. The team to be holding the football. I think that's very unlucky. And free kick goes to Pennington. And he'll kick from half back.
His kick does reach
Dwyer, is that
Jacob
50?
Dwyer, and there's some appeals there for 50. Doesn't get it though. Kicks it towards centre half forward where Walters takes the mark. He's got Eli French screaming for it out wide, but Walters is just looking towards the top of the goal square to the lead of Dylan Smith. Didn't quite mark it. Here's Cahill trying to manufacture something. He was able to pick it up and then throw it on the boot. That's good stuff though by Alex Lee to kill the contest, and the ball goes out of play. Ball goes through, I should say, for a minor score.
So that's 7 rush behinds today for the Dockers. So they're applying some good pressure by getting the ball inside forward 50. Ball's in the hands of Walters, coming from Patterson there. It's not outside his remit. He goes long to the top of the goal square. And who's that over the back? The mark has been taken. Has it been? It's going to Dill Smith, and Dill's like, I apologise, that would have gone through. Who's that car scraping themselves off the floor? Is that Weeks or Freshney? Not really sure, but Dill Smith's going to kick his second. Both of those in the final term. To be honest with you, I think that sort of solidifies his game. I think he's been really impactful today, Dill Smith. He hasn't got extensive possessions, but his use of it, setting things up, it's sublime, really. And they're the two of the older players too, just combining. Just smart footballers.
Absolutely.
What are we? 116 plays 54. So that margin's really gone out. Are we a bit flat after this, the Demons?
Lee taps it to Woodcock and then Ponting inside 50. In the direction of McCrossan, but it's been intercepted. Zeke Pennington trying to get to it. McCrossan again involved and might have incorrectly disposed of the footy. He did. And it's going to be a free kick to one of the Rattrays there, Lewis Rattray.
Good mark.
And that is a good mark on the outer side there by Walters. Was it Walters? Yes, it was.
Comes inboard. Oh, that's not a good kick. He's just handed that over. It's now in the hands of Rushton. Got it from Carter. Unfortunately, uses his surname. Rushed on. And goes through for one behind. So that's his first score today. And usually he's someone that impacts on the scoreboard. So ball's deep in the defence for the Tigers. They're sort of playing around with it now, just using time. It's now in the hands of Gannon across half-back. And there's the siren. So, final siren here from West Park sees the Burnie side 17-14. 116 defeat the Latrobe Demons 7-13. 55. Now goal scorers for the Latrobe Demons as follows. 2 to Kieran Walker and to Jack Freshney, both the young forwards have had exceptional seasons for the Demons, and single goal kickers Bailey Woodcock, Lockie Warren and Sean McCrossan. For the Burnie Tigers today, well, 3 to Tyson Jenkins, 2 to Nick Walters, Jacques O'Halloran, Dill Smith and Ryan Cahill, and single goal kickers today. So they've had lots of contributors on the scoreboard. Jalen Bryan, Logan Elphingston, Jacob Stretton, Jed Pennington, Liam O'Halloran and Wesley Redmond. Better players for both sides.
Hope you're not going to ask me to do 3-2-1 votes because I have no idea.
All right, well, I'll let you do the better players and then I'll do the 3-2-1.
You have a go, I reckon. You have a go because I have no idea. I'm looking at it now and thinking, gee, I think there was a pretty even spread of contributors for Burnie this afternoon. I reckon they'll find it very hard to come up with best players. Emick French was good. Finn McGuinness, Walters, even Brian had his moments. I thought, Dwyer had some good patches. Elphingston was competitive against Lee in the ruck. Jenkins, Ganinen. I could probably say a few more names. Dylan Smith.
And for Latrobe?
It's a good question. Jeffrey wasn't too bad at stages. Rushton had a bit of the footy, as you said before, though, didn't impact the scoreboard when he usually does. Ritter, Woodcock, Warren, probably put Shearer in that mix, of course, Freshney as well. Probably should have scored a few more, but then, of course, you chuck in Ponting as well. Probably said a few too many names there, to be honest, but that's probably the best players on an afternoon where... you'd probably be disappointed if you're a Latrobe supporter. I reckon if you came to the footy today, you would have probably expected a little bit more given we're on the eve of finals.
Well, there'll be no surprise that the 3-2-1 are all going to the Tigers today. And that's not to say that people like Ponting and company haven't, along with Lockie Warren, have tried their very best and the level best today. But they just didn't have that impact as like the Tigers did. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of good players. Now, I'm going to give one vote to a player I think has done a very serviceable job and very opportunistic, and that was up front. And I'm giving that vote to young Tyson Jenkins.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So, and the reason for that is he's kicked 3 goals straight for the game. He's had numerous tackles. His pressure's been terrific. On top of that, he's been very serviceable in contributing to team-orientated measures throughout the course of the game and giving some goal assists and so forth in the passages of play. So I thought his effort today was terrific. 2 votes I'm going to give to Nicky Walters.
Yep.
So Nicky Walters being one of the more premier players in the competition from an age perspective, but also with regards to leadership and just the service and continuity that he provides and the measured approach he provides to the Burnie Football Club today in the Tigers colours. I thought it shone through, and he kicked 2 goals, 1 to his name. Possibly should have had 3 when you think about it, including with Dill Smith taking that mark right on the goal line. So, and he played in the midfield. He played up front, but he also had a very small stint down back as well. So, for a 38-year-old, he's been a very solid contributor against a quality outfit that have improved a lot, and that being the Demons today. Now, the 3 votes, and I can't go past this young man, and I think we'll see more of him at a higher level, whether that be here in the state or whether that be interstate or on the national stage and in the AFL. But bigger things and better things beckon for this young man. And I thought Jacob Stretton, he got a lot of the football today. He took some good marks. He hit the scoreboard. He used his run and his athleticism. And at times he turned the footy over, so his decision-making is something he's got to improve upon. I think also bringing some teammates into the game could be something that he looks to improve upon. But generally speaking, I thought that he was possibly the player that deserved the best on ground today. So 3 votes for Jacob Stretton, 2 to Nicky Walters, and 1 to Tyson Jenkins.
Okay. Not a bad job. It's a hard day to do votes when you've got a team with an even spread of contributors.
Well, they've won by 10 goals, 61 points, so 17-14, 116 the Burnie Football Club. Today the Tigers in front of their old supporters and also premiership players back in the 1960s who have enjoyed today at the point. There's no doubt about that. 7-13, 55 against Latrobe, and it was, I think you might have written it in the paper, the last roster match back in 1966 that they played, the Tigers v the Demons. Is that right?
I don't think I wrote that, but I believe, David Langmaid, who I was speaking to the other day, did mention that, so that's pretty ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, on a glorious day here on the northwest coast, and there's a fair bit going on, by the way, so hope you've enjoyed the AFL Tas live stream from West Park today. In the other games around the grounds in round 16, East Devonport Swans went down by 183 points. They had a very challenging season. 2-2-14 the Swans, 30-17, 197 the Wynyard Cats. That would see them, I would assume, move into 4th position.
I would say so.
Yeah, because of that percentage buffer, which means now that Latrobe will push to 5th. And Ulverston have won against the Penguin 2 Blues by 56 points. So it's a convincing win, and that would, lift the spirits of the Ulverston Robins. So they will host... they will come to Burnie next weekend to play against the Burnie Dockers. So they've won by 56 points, 18-27. 18-27, 130 to the Penguin 2 Blues, 12-4-76. So well done to the Troy Davies and his cohort today.
Yeah, disappointing for Penguin as well, sending Ethan Jackson out like that.
Yes, actually I heard, he's not going on.
No.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I thought he had another year on his contract. Or
no, he decided yesterday the news came through yesterday that he stepped down, and they've already appointed a coach, Cole Smith. So,
have they?
They have, yeah. So they've already gone ahead and done that, but he's going to stay and play. So I think that's good for the group that he's staying around Penguin.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. And at Circular Head, so at the end of the second year in charge for Liam Davies, they haven't been able to go on with it in the second half, so they've only added 21 points in that second half, so 9-10-64. They've gone down to Devonport Magpies, who started winding up and got themselves 51 points advanced, and at the final siren 16-19, 115. So started to assert their dominance. But I would say that Junior Robin wouldn't be happy with that particular lead-in, and I'd suggest
not
that they...
knowing him,
and I'd suggest that they know that they will be challenged coming into this final series.
Burnie will be the biggest challenger,
So,
I think.
well, I think genuinely, I think there's 3 teams in it. I suggest that Ulverston can to make it. I'm not sure that Wynyard have got the depth in order to be able to do it. I think it's been such a hard season, and Chuck Smith, so the coach and playing coach at Wynyard, is out now also for the remainder of the season. So plus Tommy Leafheber.
Yes, broke his arm last week.
Yeah, so there's two significant contributors that are going to impact.
Top of everything else.
And they're really drawing on the fact that they've got very few numbers in order to be able, of the experience to be able to come in and support them. So they're up against it next week. Nonetheless, one of the best tacticians in the game, Errol Bourne, is sitting on the boundary line. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Wynyard Cats get up next weekend against Latrobe Demons. So Joshy Ponton has a bit of work to do with the Demons next week as they make their way to the Cattery and see whether they can get up against them. And I don't think that smaller ground services them as well as it might service the bigger bodies at Wynyard. So I look forward to next weekend and what the final series brings in the NWFL. So thank you for joining us. So Jacob.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. And finals begin next week. Bring it on.
Jasper on the camera, done a magnificent job coming down from Launceston. I hope you've enjoyed the Sunshine Coast. Yeah, he's nodding feverishly. And to Ashdeck down in the studio, appreciate your support. We look forward to seeing you on AFL Tas live stream next weekend for the first of the final series in the NWFL. AFL Tas live stream brought to you today by Terry White Chemart Chemists. Making unhinged right. Fire the bolts, light 'em up. Can't retreat, can't give up. We're too far gone to let this fade. Strike a match, torture sins. There's no way back and nowhere else to roam.
tiptoeing every line. I don't need no apron, take off your suit and tie. We need the wild and free, no waving white flags. Cause if they're gonna catch us, they will never take us alive. Burn the boats, light 'em up, can't retreat, can't give up. We're too far gone, so let this fade. Strike a match, torch your sands. There's no way back, ain't nowhere else to roam. So burn the boats, cause baby, we hold. We hold. We hold. We hold. The ashes falling. Baby, we're going all in. Cause the new world's calling. We'll be together, sink or swim. With the ashes falling.